All right, we're back on the archive. It's just a few minutes before 2 o'clock Eastern, and we're just kind of thinking out loud here about what we're thinking about in the markets here.
720 been ahead.
All right, so what I'm looking at is I'm just looking at the overall market here. Me personally, it looks like the market's going higher. We're trading around our highs. It's a bull flag pattern. The trends are acting pretty good. They're actually acting really, really good. They're at 0.39. Only option they have is they can continue on this flat line of 0.40, or they can creep up a little bit higher. That's the only option. They're not really going to go lower than that. The ticks have only traded below in the negative territory, below zero. In the negative territory, they've only been in it like 2 or 3 times today. So we're setting up to actually go higher after the doldrums. Yeah, we may get a slight pullback and then run higher, but looks like the market's going to continue higher. It's just now we are extended. We are up 100 points. So a little bit of common sense has to enter in there too and go, how much higher can it go? It can always go higher and it can always go lower, but you also want to play the percentages and not get too crazy and too greedy. Just because we made several good trades this morning does not mean that we want to give it all back in the afternoon session, okay? The put call is 0.82. That's bullish. Everything on this end looks really nice. So about another 20 minutes and we can start trading again. But around 2 we start looking at things and focusing on and getting in the zone to actually look for a couple opportunities that we can take advantage of again. So does anybody have any questions? John, what are the default stops and targets on the squeezes? Depends. Mine are 10-point stops, and I pull the trigger on mine usually at 10, 20, and then manage the last quarter. This morning I pulled the first quarter or the first half at +5. John usually uses a 20-point stop and a.
Usually I'll start off with a 20-point stop. And then depending if it's not a 5-minute squeeze, if it's like a 2-minute squeeze or less or a scalper buy, when I get +10, I'm going to take that off, and then I'll move up my stop to break even -10.
Anybody else have anything? We're at 600 ticks here. We're starting to ramp up here a little bit. Pit's starting to make it's starting to pick up in its volume, its audible volume a little bit. Everybody else has came back into the pit and they're starting to trade. So now for me, I'm going to be trading the second half of the day quarter positions, just to protect the profit that I made from earlier today, okay? And for the plain reason is that we are extended and it's just insurance more than anything.
20, 80-20. $7, 88-20. $7.5, 80, $7.5, 80. $7.5, 80.
Oh, sure. Put call ratio is the market's been going up, and the put call ratio has been holding its own. It started out a little bit higher, but first thing in the morning, you have to kind of let it trade for like anywhere from 10 to 15 to 30 minutes. So you need the first anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to let the put call settle in. Today it's been hanging around the 0.8 area, which that's good. Above 0.8 area with the market going up is a good sign. So if we were up 100 points and the put call was hanging around like 0.50, 0.60, something like that, that would be bad. I'd be looking for a sell-off. But as far as it goes right now, it still looks pretty good.
Looking good, Billy Ray! Looking good, Billy Ray! Feeling good, Billy!
Man, he's still slow. The pit's not picking up their volume yet.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, in the background.
Yeah, the market's just kind of, let's see, what time's it, 2? We're probably not going to really do much until about 2:30.
It's like they're wore out from that first little push they had this morning.
I think so. Is this your water or mine?
That'll move.
Community water.
You don't have cooties or anything, do you? Here's mine right here. Getting ready to make new highs here in the Dow Minis. You got a 5-minute long squeeze on the Dow Mini. 5-minute long squeeze.
Okay, now that we've got the Dow going, and we also have the S&P starting to confirm, I'm going to go ahead and take this. So I'm going long.
Going long the Dow Minis. Long the Dow Minis. Fills of 43. 43. Fills of 43. S&P just reached new highs. Selling half, selling half, selling half.
20.5. Hey, come back in line. That's 20.5. That's 20.5. That's 20.5. 9.5, 9.30. 9.20.
Ticks at 1,000. Well, almost 1,000. They got up in the high 90. They got up in the high 900s. Ticks are coming down. They're around the 600 area. The price action hasn't really came back much. That's a good sign so far for us.
Yeah, and that's we got partial fills at 46, 47, and 48. And whenever I do that, I just use the highest fill as my for figuring out, plus 10 or minus 10 or plus 20 or minus 20 for stops and targets. That sounds like a glass breaking.
Yeah. And it was close enough to plus 10. I was just, I was just getting out of half of it because it was close enough to plus 10 for me. And I'm a little skittish being long up here, so I've got my stop at break even minus 3, so.
I guess cuss out the store.
Dude, they cuss all day long. They'll eat you alive. I mean, if you'll hear them in the morning. They'll talk about everything. First thing in the morning, I mean everything. Entry was 43. Ooh. Ticks in the 800 range. Ticks in the 900 range, getting close. And they better break up through some more highs or I'm going to cut another quarterless. S&P new highs. Get a little follow through here. Ticks are at 1,000, selling a quarter, selling a quarter.
I'm wrestling with Trade Station here and losing.
That's all right, dude. What do you need? I got it over here. What do you got?
There we go. I'm just trying to get there we go. I'm trying to get a visual here of the first target on Trade Station. Okay. So 99.68 is the first target. I just drew it up here on the chart so you guys could see it.
Ticks plus 1,200.
God, ticks are going nuts.
You had best be out of 3/4 of your position.
Yeah, so I'm going to start looking at cutting some of those loose. As soon as the ticks kind of start ticking down, I'll get out of some of this.
1,100, 1,160. Pit noise was the loudest at that point, too. Jerry, cut some loose, John?
No, I haven't yet. I'm waiting for have the ticks rolled over yet?
They went from 1,200 to 1,000 again.
All right, so ticks have just started rolling over a little bit, so I'm going to sell half, sell in half.
It looks like it's poised to go higher, but still 15 points. He's funny. Ticks are at 555, coming down.
Okay, 58's the fill. All right, my first target just now became my second target. We'll see if the markets can pause and then head up there.
So here's a quick tick lesson. Stare at the tick and look at a price action on the Dow Minis. Ticks have went from plus 1,200 to plus 473. So it's dropped a lot. And price action has only moved from like 960 to 955. So it's going to go higher. Minis are lower in the pit. You got the locals chasing the minis right now. As soon as they get synced back up, they'll pour a little gas to it and it should go higher. Locals at O. Springer buying more in the pit. Not really. Nah, not really, Sarah. I mean, if you've missed it and now you're looking for a scalper buy, we're even up higher than we were now earlier. We're at 123 points up on the Dow. The odds on it going higher from here is not really good. Although I've still got a quarter left. John's got half left. So I'm bumping my stop up. Oh, okay. No, if you're out, Sarah, just wait for the next trade.
Okay, we'll see how we set up here. We should get a little bit of a pullback, see if the markets can hold in reverse or, what happens here.
What are you putting your stop at?
38.
I'm moving mine up. I'm getting ready to jump out right here. I'm going to do break even plus 3. Break even plus 3. So mine's going to be 40. Yours is what, 48 or 38? Mine's going to be 46. Yeah, mine's 46. Alright, ticks have went from plus 12,000 all the way down to 100 ticks. So, I mean, you could have did a tick extreme trade, but I mean, you got to have cojones of steel to short it while it's up there like that. Yeah, Jim, do it. Just go ahead and turn your machine off and take the rest of the day off. If you've doubled your daily goal on the YMs, the best thing to do is turn the machine off. See you in the morning. No problem, Jim. Take it easy.
Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, no, the radar screen is available to anyone. It's just that in the seminar we basically teach you how to use it. But I mean, if you have TradeStation, you can get it.
Ticks are starting to ramp up again here. They bottomed at plus 100. They've already moved up to 228. They're pretty high, Andy. You just have to have some skills to do them. And we usually do them, but the market is so bullish. It's not the smartest thing in the world to fade a tick of 1,200. I mean, you can do it though. I mean, the odds of success on tick extreme trades are up there. They're pretty high. You just, if you miss them, and it's a timing issue. If you don't get on them as soon as they happen, you just pretty much got to let them go. And they are a what the heck's it called? I've lost my mind. They're a counter trend trade. God, I could not think of that word. Yeah, they're a counter trend trade. I use a 10-point, a 10-point stop is the max on those. And sometimes I use, a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or 8-point stop. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty tight. But usually you got to give it at least 10 points. But if you time it right, you could use like a 6 or an 8-point stop.
Not even 30.
Right, I'm gonna give them a supply today after the close.
Not even 30.
More ginkgo. That's funny.
So yeah, you guys remember yesterday when we were talking about the tick fades, the parameters that we use, and the specific time limit. The reason we're not doing them today is the way that the radar screen looks. But on more normal days, when we got, sectors where you've got, 40% green, 60% red, that's when you take the tick extreme plays.
I'm going flat.
Parameters that we talked about.
Going flat here. At 48.
Not even 30.
So I had +7, +15, and +5 on my exits. Why do I not favor options? Reason I don't favor options is because it has brought down more clearing houses and more clearing firms than any other instrument in trading. So I'm pretty sure that my trading house and my trading business is probably smaller than some of those that it's brought down in the past. That's the reason I don't favor them.
Not even 20.
So I'm still long here, half a position. I got to stop at 99.38. My target's 99.68. I want to see us get a scalper buy here fairly soon to kind of convince me to stay in it. I also want to see us hold that 21 period EMA there on the 144 tick chart at 99.46. If we start drifting through that, I'm just going to get out.
The 5-minute is still expanding the momentum at this time. It did have a slightly...
Yeah, I would never day trade futures options. Those, if you want to swing trade them, that's fine. All right, we should get a scalper buy firing off here pretty soon. Now, you know how I know that, right? You guys remember the parameters? We got a close, higher close, and if this closes up higher, we'll get a scalper buy. All right, you guys remember the parameters for that? We talked about this on Sunday.
9.50.
So if you know the parameters, then you can sit there and kind of watch and say, all right, this thing may close higher and ignite a scalper buy. If we can't get one here, I may look at cutting this loose.
9.70.
It looks like it might work out for you, John. If you can get some help from the ticks.
Yeah, see if get the pit involved.
If you can get the jackals in the pit to help you out a little bit. Be careful though, the 5-minute. The 5-minute printed a slightly lower momentum, but that one after that went higher.
Sarah, I was just looking at the 233 tick chart on the S&Ps.
9.70. That's 20.5.
No, it's higher. Never mind. I was just looking at it wrong. It's still expanding.
Not even half. That's 20.5. Not half. 9.70.
70. That is 70, that is 70. That is 70. That is 70, that is 70.
Hey, you guys notice the pit noise? Do you hear how quiet the pit noise is now? And now where it's sitting there sideways, they're getting reestablished. Did you notice how they went nuts on the up move, and when the ticks now it's dead. The pit noise is dead now. Where when we were on the up move there and the ticks were rocking, they were really loud, and you could exit right there at the apex when the audible pit noise was the loudest and the ticks were the highest.
Net 80. That is 70. That is 70.
Yeah, he's going 9.5 70. Yeah, 9.5 70. Look at the S&P. It's 1079. 1079. So he's saying 70 by 80. He's probably saying 70 by 90. He's talking about trading the big 9.5 70. 9.5 70. 9.5 70 means it's trading at 1179.50 by 1179.70. Okay. Now, what the noise that I'm talking about is the background noise when they were all going nuts on the little up move.
That is 70. That is 70.
Markets have just quieted down. We're just kind of consolidating here. It's all still bullish price action.
That's 70 even.
Yeah, we just got kind of a normal retracement in terms of a pullback here to see if we can get things going again. Okay, we're at plus 600. You guys heard the Homer Simpson go. That's plus 600. See if we can get the ticks to fire up here. Take a look at the radar screen real quick back. Here you go. So the ticks here, you can see the ticks here. They're firing up. And we didn't have to watch the screen because we heard our audio alerts. Trend, dead lows of the day. Trend Q, dead lows of the day. It's all very bullish stuff.
All right, listen to the pit. You see how the grabs are getting louder? Listen to them.
No, even 20. 90 or 20. I need you even.
Oh, sure, sir. No problem. He's just reading off the biggie S&P, but you can look at the electronic and make sure the price action matches what he's saying. And then, like right now, it's at 80. If he said Merrill's at 1 even, has 400 lots, then it would kind of act as a vacuum, and they'd go up there and go get 81. Or if he says look for a stop run above 1/2, he would be meaning 10,000. 10,061. 10,081 and a half. If they were going to go stop hunting, in other words.
Marks are just kind of quietly grinding higher. We should actually get a scalper buy setting up in the S&Ps here.
07 at 30.
Okay, look at this. Look at the scalper. Yeah, look at this. Okay. Close number 1. Close number 2. So if we get close number 3 here, then we're going to get a scalper buy signal right here. Okay. And there we go. Okay, ticks are exploding. We can see we got the scalper buy signal. And you can see by knowing the parameters and how they work, you can anticipate when they're going to happen. So it gives you a little bit of an edge.
Now notice on this last little up move, pit noise did not confirm the up move, okay? Just be aware of that.
Oh, even half, even 20. Evens are 30, 90 or 20. Oh, even 20, oh, even 20. Evens trade. 10 even, oh, even 20. Oh, even 20. Oh, even 20, oh, even 20. Oh, even 20. Not any or 20, not any or even. 9F even, 9F 80, 9F 70, 9F 70.
You're still
9F
chopping
70.
back and forth here.
9F 70. Nine F 70. Nine F 70. Nine 70 or even.
It's kind of quiet
or even. That's 70 or even. 980 or even, 980 or even.
It's got a red dot on the 144 tick chart.
That's 70 or even, that's 70 or even. Nine F 80, 9 F 70. Nine F 70. Nine F 70, 9 F 70. Nine 30 minute and a half. 9 F 70. 9 F 70. Nine F 70, 9 F 70. Nine 70 to 90. Nine F 80, 9 F 80. Nine F 70. 960 to 80. 960 bid at 80. 970, 930 bid and a half. 930 bid and a half. 920 bid and a half. 920 bid and a half. 90 bid 30, 90 bid 30.
We're just kind of drifting down here a little bit. I've still got half a position on to stop at 99.38, but the markets are definitely quieting down here.
90 bid 20.
Yeah, the odds of it closing above R3 are very low.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some potential for the last half hour for a
90 bid 20,
sell-off.
90 bid 20. 90 bid 20. 920 bid and a half. 920 bid 40, 920 bid 40.
I'm just looking at the radar screen here. The ticks have pulled back from plus
930 bid
900
70.
to 0, and the markets have not pulled back that much, so let's see if they can hold this.
930 bid and a half. 930 bid at 70. 970, 970.
Yeah, if we're going to get a sell-off, it's going to be in the last half hour. I mean, I doubt it because it's so bullish today, but we're just, we're very stretched to the upside.
970 bid at 90. 970 or even, 970 or even.
There goes the ticky.
970 or even. 970 or even.
All right, I'm just going to move up my stop a little bit to 99.43. Moving up stop to 99.43.
980 or even.
And on the trade still.
980 or even, 980 or even. 980 or even, 980 or even, 980 or even, 980, 980. 980, 980. 980, 980. 970. 970, 970.
If we do get a scalp or sell, I will just sell at the market and get out.
980,
Otherwise,
980.
I'm just going to stay in. My stop's 99.43. My target's 99.68. Okay? If we get a scalp or sell, then I'm out of here.
980, 980. 980. 980. 970 bid at 90. 980 or even, 980 even. 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 9.5 even. 9.5 even. 9.5 even. 9.80. 9.80. 9.80. 9.70 with a 90. 9.60 with an 80.
Yeah, it's actually not. Try
9.80. And a half, 9.20 with a half. $9.20 with a half. $9.20 with a half.
All right, that was a minus 26 ticky reading.
9.20 with a half. 9.20 with a half.
That's our first extreme ticky reading of the day on the downside. That's a potential heads up that the market, that may be all we get on the market today. We'll see. Does it?
9.20 and a half.
So it's kind of a flag. Markets are holding up, but I'm gonna go ahead and close this position out. All right, I'm closing out, going flat.
Why are you going flat, Don?
9.20 and a half.
So the reason I'm going flat is because I'm long, and we got a minus 26 ticky reading, which indicates that a sell program is about to hit. So it's just telling me, hey, John, here's a heads up for you. Just get out before the program hits. All right, so I'm out at 46, so out minus 2 on the second half.
9.20 and a half. 9.20 and a half.
On that trade, we had plus 10 on the first half, minus 2 on the second half. Now I'm flat.
9.20 and a half. Hey, Kevin!
Yeah.
9 and a half. 9 and 30. 9 and 30.
Okay, look, now we got markets are starting to move lower, but I'm not going to take a short, not yet, unless we got like something like a big short squeeze firing off, but we don't. Now this is interesting. We got the 2-minute chart setting up in squeezes, and now we've got a negative ticky reading that's extreme. So if these 2 minutes fire off short, because these markets are just rallying on air today. We got crude oil nearing its highs of the day.
It does up 126 and 99.
We have some potential for a decent sell-off later, so we'll see. Right now, this is flat and waiting.
20. 20.
It means that it's coming. That's just kind of the heads up. It could be a small program, just pushing the market down a little bit, but
Not even 20, not even 20. Not even 20. Not 20 minute and a half. Not 20 minute and a half. Not 30 minute and a half. Not half and then it's 70. Not 70 minute 90. 980 even, 980 even.
Well, remember, we do have this is options expiration week, so this whole week is going to be skewed a little bit because of options expiration. Let's see. Right now, the markets continue to go back and forth filling. I'm just kind of waiting for the next signal right now. I'm flat.
980 even, 980 even.
Ticks are back up hard around 700. I feel like Casey Kasem with this mic in front of my mouth, I guess. Hello, this is Casey Kasem. Homer, plus 600. We went from plus 7 to plus 600 ticks. Trends are creeping up just a little bit, but nothing major yet, guys. Put call still hanging in there. Price action still looks pretty good. Minor pullback so far. You do have a 1 minute squeeze that is fired off, but has already ran out of momentum. You have a 2 minute brick short, but you don't really have a confirmation on the TTM trend. It's actually changed from red back to blue. So, just sitting on the sidelines until we get an actual signal that will give us a direction either higher or lower. So,
True that.
true. A lot of people that trade or just start trading think that you got to trade all the time. They go nuts.
Yeah, so it's just sitting here waiting for the next signal. It's 2:45. Generally, the next big move of the day will happen starting after 3 o'clock. So just kind of waiting to see how we set up. Remember, we're above R3. That's typically about as high as the markets are going to go. So we do have the potential for a sell-off here. Whether it's a sell-off into the close or just a retracement, I want to kind of be aware of that. So I'm watching the 2 minute squeezes to see if they sell off. So now, yeah, it's just a matter of staying disciplined and waiting for the next setup. Flat and waiting.
Sure. No problem, Fast Money. Thanks. We do have a confirmation on the TTM trend on a 2 minute time frame for the 2 minute brick. The TTM is now red. Isn't that interesting?
970. That's 20 minute and a half. 920 minute and a half.
Short go low.
No. Brick short mean go short, not go long. A brick short is a short setup. It's actually being confirmed by the TTM right now. The TTM's turning red on me, but there's no confirmation with price yet.
920.5.
My thought process is I'm up 70 plus points. I'm getting real picky about the trades I'm going to take the rest of the day. That's the kind of mind frame I get up, and I'm actually trading quarter positions now since, I've had two or three really good trades in a row that's worked out real well. So I go into capital preservation mode, okay? And I just want to make sure that I pick another good trade. I don't think that we're going to go much higher than we are. So the only thing I'm thinking we'll get a pullback, or we'll finish up in this range here somewhere. And the trend's not. Keep your eye on a trend. If the trend starts rising, it's going to need to start picking up before that price action starts going down. So I'm sitting on the sidelines until it breaks.
920.5. 920.5.
You know, switch spots real quick. Let's check my email.
Oh no. I've got comfortable now, buddy.
930.5. 930.5. 930.5.
Yeah, Brett, the bond trade that we did was stopped out. So remember the bond rules. If the first one stopped, we don't do any more.
Nine 20.5.
920.5. In my experience, the bond trades generally work best when the stock market is kind of having a quiet day. Today, the stock market's been very volatile and rocking pretty good.
Nine 30.5. 30, 930. 930. 920. Minis go lower, nines are trading. 889.20. 889.20. 889.20.
Yeah, the main thing on something like this, Bradley, you just kind of want to watch and see, look at a different trading style and see what you can use and take into your own trading style. And everybody's is going to be a little different.
90.20. 889.20. 889 even. 889 even. 90.20. 920. 920. 920. 920. 920. 20, 20. minute 20. Minute 30, 90 minute 30. 90 minute 30, 90 minute 30. 90 minute 20, 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20.
12:26.9.
90 minute 20, 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 70, 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20, 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20, 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20. 90 minute 20, 90 minute 20. 89 20. 90 minute 20. 9 20, but 9 20 minute and a half. 9 20 minute and a half. 9 30 minute and a half. 9 30 minute and a half. 9 F and then F70. 9 F70. 9 30 minute and a half. 9 30 minute 70. 9 F70, 9 F70. 9 970, 970. 970, 980, 980. 970 even. 970 even. 980, 980. 920 bid and a half. Ashley trading 970. 930 bid at 70. 930 bid at 70. 930 bid at 70. 930 bid and a half. 930 bid and a half.
How does Cleveland come into play? Are you talking about Cincinnati? I don't like anybody in Cleveland.
Helen Winkle, the hero. Hey, stand-up guy. There's Philadelphia.
920 bid and a half. 920 bid and a half.
All right, it's been pretty quiet. I'm just going to go ahead and, for the archives, I'm just going to change this out. Now we're coming into the final hour of trading. I am anticipating a couple of trading opportunities coming up, so we'll get queued up for that.
930 bid and a half.